they let it ride.
Nah, they taught us how to swim mad early. They would just throw us in the fucking pool, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like our cousins, like we were always watched by our sisters or cousins,
Yeah.
and like they would be like, "Oh, let's go to the pool place." Like these places that had like 5, 6 pools in the town.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just throw us up in there, like boom, and then once we would start like drowning, they would fucking go. Like, you know, you try to fucking like doggy paddle and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we learned how to swim. It wasn't like my daughter, I took her to like swimming classes and shit, and they taught her like properly how to swim.
But you see how much she love the water though, man. She get up
Oh
in there.
yeah.
She don't care.
You gotta start them when they're young. Growing up in the project, swimming is not a priority.
No, it wasn't.
At all.
What's it fucking dirty ass fucking
Dirty
community pools and shit, bro? I almost drowned in one of them shits, man. I was like, nah, never again.
Yeah.
So for a long time, I never got in the water and shit. Yeah, man.
Priority. Get out.
Get out. Get out. I don't remember. I think I remember because they teach you how to turn your uniform into a flotation device. And shit.
That's crazy stuff.
We one of our boys in high school, he joined the Navy, and then he came and told us like, yo, I don't know how to swim and whatever. And we taught him how to swim, like not like perfectly, but we taught him how to swim during the summertime.
Yeah.
And then he passed his test and all shit, because they gotta pass a swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimming qualification and shit.
Oh,
well, yeah, because you
crazy,
you
bro. How fucking sign up of some shit you're gonna be in the ocean.
Sometimes they teach you how to swim though. I don't know how long the swimming classes is, but yeah, but it fucking sucks, man. All that treading water shit, man.
I wasn't buying none of that. I was trying to tread up. I mean, it's all mental, they say.
Yeah, it is, man. But brother,
you guys had to do a jump of a
okay, fucking high dive.
Yeah, the helicopter. That's a.
Oh, I ain't no, we ain't do that shit in the army. No. I think talking about the high dive. I did that shit. I jumped about the high dive in uniform.
Oh,
full uniform and shit. Outside of that, fuck that shit.
It wasn't for me.
Hey, all right, so long. You give all praises out of glory too. Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Let's say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders at Great Millstone. Hey, brother, can you raise this? Raise it. No, yeah. The thing. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, again, we would give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders at Great Millstone for teaching this word of truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to our fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai. And we out here another day, another week, another Saturday, another Sunday to preach and prophesy in the name of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai. You was out early, right? I saw you. I saw you early. Yeah, I saw you early. Hey, can you get it's Wisdom of Solomon. I want to say it's Wisdom of Solomon. It's either 6 or 4, where it says there's going to be a visitation on the idols. I think it's 4 and 11 or something like that, or 6 and 11. 14 and 11. Yeah. Why do you have that?
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and a stumbling block to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Yeah, and those unwise and those men that these idols became a stumbling block into, if you look at the definition of stumbling block, stumbling block into was the men of Israel, our people, us. First starting with us. And then ultimately our whole nation, like any disease, is spread amongst our whole nation. All right? And there's going to be a visitation on these idols, man. Like I was telling my brothers before we opened up camp, Pastor Tahar had mentioned, if you catch anybody in the kingdom, even when we come down, because that's part of the kingdom too. It ain't just when it get officially set up. It's when we get those new bodies and we come out of them chariots and we go amongst the nations, purging out the rebels of our people that are amongst them, purging out these heathens, these wickedness out of the world. If we catch any of you Arabs or anybody worshiping some damn Allah, you on a damn mat, praying 5 times a day, call yourself giving praises to any other God other than Yahweh Shem Shai, man, you're gonna be ended. Okay, you're gonna be put to death. And it's gonna be a great visitation on these idols. All those big ass statues that they got around the world, that Cesare Borgia in Brazil, they got a couple of them. Then you gonna go to Asia, you got them big ass statues of Buddha, the big belly. You got other statues, brother. They got idols in the world that I didn't even know existed, bro. Like over there in Asia, they got like damn near building size statues of idols, man.
Yeah.
Damn near skyscraper size, bro.
Wow.
Just in the middle of some mountainous or garden type area, man. Well, guess what? Those idols are gonna be destroyed. That fucking Kaaba in the Middle East, man, that you Arabs like to bow down, that vagina that you like to worship, that's gonna be reduced to rubble, man.
Wow.
It's gonna be eviscerated.
That's right.
There's gonna be a visitation on those idols, man. Because in the sight of our people, they become a stumbling block unto the souls of men, unto the creature of the Most High. Who are the creature of the Most High? We, the children of the Israelites, man. There's a precept in, what's it, Romans 8:17, I think it is. It says the earnest expectation of the creature.
This is the book of Romans.
Waiting for the manifestation, sons of God, might be up. For the earnest. Hold on. No, expectation. Expectation.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 19 says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the living power."
Right. So the creature are these other nations, and they're waiting. Hey, bring your bags around here, brother. Hey, water, brother. Hey, yeah, the earnest expectation of these nations is that they really waiting for the manifestations of the sons of God, of the power. Okay, the Israelites, us. All right, they're waiting for us to come into our true nationality and in our true power, man. Because they might not say it, but they're in desperate need of righteous order too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely gonna be a visitation on these idols, on the idols of the nations, because again they become stumbling blocks in the sight of the Israelites. What's the definition of a stumbling block?
Definition for stumbling block: an obstacle to progress, an impediment to belief or understanding.
So an obstacle of progress.
An obstacle to progress.
Sorry.
Right there.
An obstacle, yeah, it's an obstacle to progress. Not progress.
Not progress.
Yeah, like progress means moving forward.
Yeah.
It's the same, you know, it's the English language, man. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's all backwards. But it's an obstacle to progress, man.
Right. That's
Like, what's the progress that we're pushing for? The kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, progress in righteousness.
Yeah,
Because
progress.
Esau will tell you that humanity's progressing, but you look at the world and everything is fucked up.
Yeah, it's regressing.
That's right.
And it's in a way. You know, these different idols are in the way because it says the obstacle to progress, an impediment to belief or understanding. So it's an impediment. Look up the term for impediment. It's an impediment for the belief and understanding of the truth, man. So you gotta wade through these lies. You gotta wait. Everybody talking about, oh, we all worship the same God. No, we don't. No, we don't. Us as a nation of Israel, the true nation, we're not supposed to worship no other God except Yahweh Shem Shai. And as for these other nations, they don't even know the Lord. He don't have no relationship with these nations. So how can they tell us that we're worshiping the same power?
And you know, impediment, I believe is gonna say like something that stops you from doing something, which stops you from believing in the truth. Like, you know, the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, and then or go even further back to when, you know, Eve, when the serpent beguiled Eve.
Yeah.
What was the first thing that the serpent told Eve? Oh, so if you eat of this food, you're gonna die. Well, look, I ate of the food and I didn't die.
Yeah.
You see, so to her in her mind, it was that doubt that, damn, what if I do eat it and I don't die?
Yeah.
You know, so that's a stumbling block, an impediment, or something that stops you from believing in righteousness, man.
Yep.
And this is what all these idols and these philosophies are.
That's what these do.
It says impediment, a hindrance or obstruction in doing something a serious impediment to scientific progress. So it's a hindrance or obstruction.
And that's right. So because like what happens when you're so-called encountered a Christian and they see us with the Bible in their hand, right? And we're trying to tell them the truth, but they can't see it because they got a spiritual block, but also too what they've been conditioned to believe in. You know, even when something so-called good happens to these heathens or anybody, they always want to give praise and glory to somebody named God and Jesus Christ. Man. They don't know the Lord. So now you try to introduce it to them, they can't hear it, they won't see it, they start scoffing, you know. So it's an impediment, especially for our people. You know, you got Jake that been bowing their head. You got Jake that been bowing their head to Ali Akbar and learned that shit in jail or in the streets. You know, Isaiah 30 and 1. And what has it been doing? It be creating this wall, this spiritual wall, that is damn near hard to jump over, man, or to knock down. So again, that's why these nations, in this kingdom, these different idols, they're allowed to persist. They're allowed to go on. Like in America, there's no law against worshiping any god. You can worship any so-called god you want. You call Satan a god. You even worship Satan. So these people, they don't have no qualm about idols here in this world. But in the world to come, it's going to be a problem, a major problem, literally a life and death problem if you get caught worshiping these idols, outwardly or secretly. I think one of the brothers had said, like in the kingdom, they're going to be, you're going to catch them in their pits, creating idols and shit. Well, you can try, and we'll put it on your spirit to do it, just so we can add judgment against you.
Right.
So that the other's going to know, hey, we shouldn't do that. Make an example. There's always got to be an example being given.
It's the book of Jeremiah 30 and verse 1. It says the word
Isaiah 30.
Oh, Isaiah 30. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit.
Yeah, and that's what you do when you. This is talking about when Jake would go down to Egypt and think the Egypt is going to help him out. But it also goes to Jake now. You get into that Christianity, you get into that Islam, you get into that Buddhism or whatever ism you want to get into. So it can allow you to continually add iniquity upon iniquity. And it's a different spirit. That's why we're talking about the Christians. These Christians, they got a different spirit than we do. Even though we both got the Bible, their spirit is that of a so-called white man. He's going to save them and that he loves you. You know, and that salvation is for everybody. That's a whole different Yahushua. Get 2 Corinthians 11 and 1. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
And what does that mean? Because these different idols, they're not going to judge you for breaking their so-called norms. But see, Yahweh Shai will judge you for breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments, whether you know him or not. If you're an Israelite, we're bound by that. Okay? And that's and by following these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, that's the way that you get closer to our God. See, like these idols, you gotta sacrifice something, whether it's yourself, you gotta sacrifice some abominable ass flesh. You know, that kind of spirit they put on you, so that you could, in order to show your allegiance to that idol, okay? And again, it allow you to add sin upon sin. That's why you could be a homosexual and be in a so-called Christian church. That's why you can be a thug, a drug dealer, a murderer, and be a Muslim. Allah, so-called Allah or Muhammad, he ain't gonna beat you into the ground or destroy you for breaking one of his tenets, but Yahweh Shema Shah will.
That's right.
So you don't want to know the way of righteousness, so you turn to the way of wickedness, thinking that that's going to allow you to do what? To continue on in the ways that you want to, and it will for a time, but then that time comes where Yahweh Shema Shai will judge you. You got a lot of niggas getting put to death right now that's Muslims, man. And them niggas, what they do, what a nigga or a Muslim do, what's the average life of a Muslim? The nigga, he claims to pray 5 times out a day. He refrains from eating pork. But then what else is niggas doing? He's in the hood selling dope, killing each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing these niggas in the streets got in common is Islam, which they learned that shit mainly from the prison system. You know what I'm saying? And the niggas that went in there, the niggas that got out, a lot of Jake, they get into that Islam shit to cover their ass. But it still allow you to add sin upon sin because you can smoke weed, do drugs, you can be a homosexual. Because them Arabs in the Middle East, that's what they're into. They're into child pedophilia, for real. How about that? You didn't know that. You're saying just desert religion. And like the apostles had mentioned, when Israel is destroyed, that state is destroyed, these Arabs, these Palestinians, they're going to celebrate and they're going to give that glory to Allah. But the scriptures told them that they shouldn't be rejoicing because they're going to be judged too. It's just Esau, he's the top criminal right now. But once Yahweh Shai takes him down through his son Yahweh Shai, we're going to turn our scope and our eyes on the rest of you nations, man. So you Arabs don't celebrate, don't get all excited. You Hamites, you Moabites and Ammonites, Japhites. I was looking at a video last night. The video had a whole bunch of different Japhites from these different islands out here, man. They all the same, man. They got the same spirit. They got the same culture. Just some darker than others. Some got a more Asian look than others, man. But them motherfuckers are all the same. And as I watched it, I was like, man, this is jacket, bro. And we're stuck out here in this fucking outpost full of these people, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be, but hey, that's okay. The Lord, Yahweh Shai, I don't want to rush us out, Lord willing, he's gonna deliver us from out of amongst the heathen, man. He said it, so I believe it's gonna happen.
He put us out here.
He put us out here. That's right, brother. None of us are from here, bro.
Hey, Proverbs 20:24, man's going up.
Yeah, he brought us out here. Hey, because the word had to be spread.
That had to be spread.
Because you got Israelites amongst these people that are doing the same thing that we're talking about.
That's right.
They get into these. You got Jake and brother. You always tell me the story about these Jakes that live in this neighborhood. Not Jakes. These Japhites that live in this neighborhood, and they got a church in a house, big ass house, and these niggas be having them dresses on and shit, and then they had a white man long sleeve shirt on top of that, or the short sleeve on top of that shit. And these niggas really believe that the one who they call God and Jesus, which his name is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. But what they've been taught, that Edomite supremacy, they actually believe that motherfucker is fucking with them and dealing with them. So whenever something good happens, they attribute it to them. Just like whenever something good happens to Jake, they attribute it to the white Christ or Islam or whatever bullshit spirituality that they think that they follow.
That's right.
But in the end of the day, it's idolatry. Go ahead, bro.
That was it in Isaiah 30, but right here, following in Wisdom of Solomon 14 and verse 12, it says, well, I'll read the verse 11 again. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling block to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life.
I'm sorry, what did it say in the unwise?
It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
That's right.
Right above?
Yeah.
It says, and became a stumbling block to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
And a snare to the feet of the unwise, man.
Trap.
Because you got a lot of our people. Remember the scriptures speak about in second Esdras, he told the Lord through the angel told Esdras to teach this to the wise of the people that may be able to comprehend. Yeah. Right? So you got the wise of our people, which would be the elect, the hopeful elect, starting off with the apostles, the bishop, elders, the brothers on down, right? And all those that believe, right? Those are wise people. Why? Because we did what? We turned away from that shit, that idolatry. We turned away from the world and turned our face toward Yahweh Shai. And that's wise. That's a wise move. But unto the unwise of our people, which are those that non-believers, the 2/3, this idolatry, it became a snare unto you. What is a snare? A trap. Because Christianity is a trap. Yeah. Some chick reached out to me earlier today talking about she cleaning her life up and she gave her life to Christ. She don't dress provocative no more. She don't drink. She don't go out partying no more. And I'm sure she refrained from homosexual friends and shit, right? But she stopped doing that shit because her life was, she was catching hell. She was going through shit. But I was like, damn, you went from that shit to Jesus Christ. You just as bad. I mean, it's cool that you choosing meekness over that bullshit. But at the same time, who are you giving that glory to? Now your life is probably getting in shape. You got a job. Now you going. People do that every day here, man. And give it the credit. The motherfucker be on crack, and then all of a sudden they off, and they're like, you know who got me off of crack? Jesus got me off of crack. Well, you went from one crack to the next because you didn't go through the truth.
From the physical to the spiritual crack.
Yeah, that's right.
Jump from the frying pan into the fire.
That's right, man. And here it is. We trying to pull you out through this. Well, we giving you the tools to pull you, get you pulled out of the fire through Yahweh Shem Shai. But you don't want to see that. Because see, like, Yahweh Shem Shai ain't known to the world like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for y'all, but it's amazing because a nigga will make a new God today or tomorrow, and all of a sudden everybody roll with it. But we tell you about the living power, and everybody want to fuck with it, man. Well, it's twofold. It's because the Heavenly Father don't want these motherfuckers, man.
That's right.
So he don't want you to retain. And this wisdom is too precious to give to anybody. I was watching a video Elder Apostle Gabar did Slakia. He did this morning. And he was going into that. It was a video. It was called Blast from the Past. I don't know if brother saw it, but it was talking about, I forgot the guy's name, Gordon something. And he was reading through Tex Marr's book called what is it called? That Tex Marr book. It's called I forget the name of the book right now, man. It slips my mind. But long story short, he was speaking about how the super elite thing and how what they believe in, like, because the super elite, they have an elect. According to them, they have an elect. And like that information, the secrets of the dark secrets of on the left side, they don't just get that to anybody.
Yeah.
They get at, you gotta be, they even within these secret societies, they got secret societies within the secret society that only certain men know certain things. And everybody else on the outside of that onion, they only know a portion of it. So they were saying, like, a lot of people that join masonry, right? Most men join that masonry shit and they only start and finish at the first 3 degrees. But at the first 3 degrees, you don't really learn shit. But these people think that they're part of the insiders. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm Mason and I know this. But in reality, they have no idea. And that's done on purpose. See, the super elite don't want everybody amongst them. So they purposely lie to people at the bottom level. They had you thinking you're a part of the in crowd, but in reality, you're not, because you got to go higher. He was talking about the 32nd and the 33rd degree Masons and shit. Dumb motherfuckers really realize, they know. He said, if you're a 33rd degree Mason, you know you worshiping Satan when you worshiping, when you in that Masonry shit. That's a fact. Everybody, if you up at the top 32 or 33, you know you worshiping Satan. But the people on the bottom, they didn't know that they was worshiping Satan, because what they do, they bring the Bible out, they open up Psalms 132, you know, and they start reciting out the scriptures. They start talking about biblical characters, and then they had you make an oath on that shit in the dark. But you think that, oh yeah, because they tell you that they don't care about your religion. You can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, you can be whatever you want to be a Mason, right? So everybody gets with it. And you see the small bullshit, the so-called brotherhood, but you don't know the wickedness of that shit, because Masonry is witchcraft. That's straight up and down. Albert Pike said that, right? But Jake don't know that, because niggas be like, I ain't never did no witchcraft, man. We order the fish fry, man. We do this. But you niggas, you just low level, man. Just like people with these Christians are supremely low level. But the men of the Lord that truly understand the word of Yahweh Shem Shai are on a high level, man.
Yeah, there's a scripture that says, it's in the Apocrypha, that says, for wisdom is like unto her name, and is not manifested unto many. And that goes both on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. Chiefly the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai on the right-hand side is above all. But even on the left-hand side, they're, like the brother's going into, not just everybody's gonna have access to that knowledge, man. So they're fooling a lot of you, whether you into Islam, Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism, all of those religions. They're fooling you into believing in their God. They're using you to power their gods and shit.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what they're doing, and you're gonna take the brunt of whatever that comes with that shit. And those at the top that's really into it, they're gonna hide themselves, man. They don't gotta take the brunt of that. Ew, man. Fucking birds.
Oh, okay. Those days.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, you said this on one of your videos I was watching, your in transit video, when you were speaking about leadership. This is the highest level of wisdom and knowledge we can attain. This wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Shai.
Right.
So it doesn't get no higher than this. Jake likes to join fraternities and stuff like that for camaraderie.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are big.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna call him a friend now. He live in Georgia. We was in the army together. And I know for a fact, the only reason why he joined those, starts with a G. It's one of those fraternities.
Starts with a G.
Starts with a G. It has that symbol, like this, and then it's something.
Freemason.
Freemason. Yeah.
Oh shit, yo, man.
Yeah,
I was like, I was like, yeah, we talking about. I was like,
Isn't that a G in the
I'm thinking about group. I was like, what? I know you.
No,
That's yeah, it got that G in it. Yeah.
Symbol is a G, right?
It's Mason. Prince Hall Mason.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact the only reason why he joined that because it was a big fraternity when I was stationed on Schofield, and all them niggas do is drink and talk about PUSSY.
Yeah,
that's all they do.
See, that's that's with any of them organizations.
Yep.
Any of them fraternal, so-called fraternity, and that's a pseudo fraternity, because this is the true fraternity right here.
That's right.
Right,
That's right.
with the true brotherhood. Fraternity goes back to brotherhood. All right, but these people in the world, they have a pseudo fraternalism, and it's low level. Whether you a Prince Hall Mason or a free and accepted Mason, it's the same shit. It's just one for niggas and one for Esau. Or whether you a Omega Psi Phi member or Group 5 group member, whatever organization that you're in, that shit is pseudo brotherhood. It's pseudo means false, man. Because in reality, it's not true brotherhood. All that bullshit, secrecy and shit, everything we learn, we saying it publicly. You know what I mean? The shit that y'all do in secrecy, and that's low level too, because the kids that join that, first of all, is children starting this shit up, or young adults with children mindsets, entering in these organizations, and they don't know the first thing about the history except what they learn on the internet or what they learn from their ritual books. They don't know why them organizations were started. They don't know how those organizations, especially the black Greek letter organizations, they were started to be as a funnel for like the Black Boule, Sigma Pi Phi, which I think was started before Alpha Phi Alpha. It was, I know for a fact it was. But then it's also even that's a funnel for Masonry, because the next step in those black Greek letter organizations is Masonry. That's the highest level you can attain in that shit. And then obviously you'll get into the Boule if you like a successful individual. You know what I'm saying? And your wife is successful and all that other bullshit, or you got some type of, power behind your name.
Got that money.
Yeah. So then what happens is they invite you into the other levels, man. But these smaller or these lower level organizations, they're nothing more than sifting mechanisms to sift out the so-called best of our people so that they could be used for any nefarious purpose in the future. But again, the low level don't know that. All you niggas see is a niggas dressing in the same type of outfit.
Yeah.
They walking around. Everybody know them. They jumping up and down on campus. And, people follow that shit because, like the brother said, people follow numbers, man.
Numbers.
You believe that the more people follow something, the more exciting it is, man. Hey, but the Most High don't deal with large numbers, man. How about Shema Shai deal with small numbers, man? A small sanctuary.
That's right.
All right? And not everybody can obtain that wisdom. So just like not everybody can obtain this righteous wisdom, not everybody can obtain that wickedness, the knowledge of wickedness. The scripture says the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, because that's ultimately what it is. If you're not serving Yahweh Shema Shai, you're serving Satan. You ain't even got to mention none of them other idols, man, because those idols are just other names that Satan go under. Okay, this is the brother brought this out, Ecclesiastes 6:22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Exactly, she ain't manifest unto many. Meaning she's not. It's
not something that you could freely get just because you're living. Like, the Lord has to choose you first and foremost to come to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Yep.
Like the scriptures say that it is given unto you to know the secrets of the kingdom, but it is not given unto them, And the same thing with the left-hand side. The Lord chose, Esau to be his nation to do wickedness, and then what they're doing is using you,
Yeah, because you got yeah, maybe you just made a point. I wanted to kind of land back off of, but it just slipped my mind. But yeah, you got it.
For it was given unto the elect. That's what I had mentioned before.
I got a quick precept.
Yeah,
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
that's right.
For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Yeah, you look at a nigga like, I'm sorry, but
No, you got it,
you look at a nigga like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and everybody think this nigga's so fucking smart.
Yeah.
And that nigga's stupid.
Stupid.
He's a smart dumb nigga. You know what I mean? He's smart. He's wise in this world, but it's foolishness unto the Heavenly Father, because he's a Satanist at a high level too.
Yeah.
And people don't know that or realize that. But this nigga think he's smart. But when you bring out the truth, man, it make everything that this guy learned to be foolishness, man. You know what I mean? Because we don't gotta ask a billion questions, just a billion questions to get a spiritual answer or to know something. We don't gotta go to no Edomite establishment so that we can understand something.
That's right.
Of the Lord.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? We don't gotta go through that shit. And then people do that shit, the more titles you have on the back of your name, the more people respect you down here. So they call that nigga Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. And that nigga's nothing more than a fucking entertainer, man.
That's all he
A
is.
science entertainer, man. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's leveraging something that he learned in the world for his fame. You know what I'm saying? He think he cool, man. This nigga be leaning up on shit, acting like this and shit. Like, nigga, you ain't cool, man. You a weirdo, a bug out.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and it came out that nigga was a rapist, man.
What?
That's
Yeah, that nigga be raping bitches, man. I mean, they sweep it under the rug because who he is and what he a part of.
Yeah.
You know, that nigga push that NASA shit with just Satanism. You know, he don't even believe in the Most High. You know, he doesn't even believe in Yahweh Shah. He don't believe in the Bible or nothing.
He said that too.
all those people that are in NASA are sun worshippers, man. Because
Yeah.
that's what it is. They worship the sun.
Yeah.
And who created the sun?
Yahweh Shah. He said, you niggas
Yahweh
worship the creature versus the creator,
That's right.
man.
That's right.
And he might, well, he's supposed to be a Jake, so, you know, at the end of the day, look at what this nigga pushing, man. His nigga pushing nothing but wickedness. We did many videos on that nigga, man. But it's people like that wisdom of this world is what foolishness unto the Most High. You know, it don't matter how super that nigga Stephen Hawkins, the fucking Edomite that was all broken up in that wheelchair. He was deemed the smartest man in the world. How?
Yeah.
And that nigga can't even get out of his own wheelchair. He couldn't even open his mouth to move his mouth to walk. I mean, to talk. He couldn't. The motherfucker used to walk. He was healthy at one time. But the Lord gave him a debilitating, degenerating disease because of his pride. And he's a devil. And the whole time, here it is a nigga that's bent the fuck up like that, can't talk, can't even wipe his own ass. He talked to a computer. How is he the smartest man in the world? How?
How is right.
That's always wondered that shit. Ugly little motherfucker, man. He's like,
Can't do nothing.
Yeah, but this nigga's the smartest man in the world. No, he ain't. He's a cripple. But this is what they gave you. And that shows you how the super elite think about you people. They'll exalt a retard and call him the smartest man in the world, man. They're literally exalting a retard in front of you, man.
That's right.
Just like your presidents, your leaders. They gave you a pedophiliatic, that's a male word, man. Pedophiliatic, a pedophile with aging disease to rule over you, man.
That's right.
They gave that man to you, and then motherfucker, I saw a video had a Jake sing when that nigga got put into office. Fucking Jake singing a song talking about he's free. Little homosexual nigga. Talking about, I am free, nigga. You ain't free. You fucked up. You in captivity, nigga. How the fuck you free? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like Jake just be like, motherfuckers just attribute anything to anybody and everybody. And they don't research these people, man.
Nope.
That's why when niggas be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna research that, I be laughing because nigga, you ain't gonna do no research. You ain't looked that up, you ain't read through nothing.
They're gonna Google it real quick, and the first thing that pops up, which is what
Some
Issa wants
bullshit.
you to believe, that's what you're gonna believe, and that's it.
Yep.
They're gonna go to factchecking.com. That's right, man. But yeah, and that's why, you know, ultimately the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah told us that's the first commandment was to love Yahweh Shema Shah above all things, man, and not to have any idols.
That's
you know
right.
why? Because idols breed wickedness, man. because that's all there is. Or if you could get, or I'll keep reading. It's in Wisdom of Solomon, continuing, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 13. It says, I'll read 12 again. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. Why? Because again, these idols allow you to sin, you know, to bring sin upon sin. And what does sin bring? Death, destruction, wickedness, man. And this is why we are where we are, because we disobeyed Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord said, all right, I'm gonna let all the heathens rule over the creation, man. And this is the outcome, a world filled with wickedness and deception, you know, because Esau will tell you that this is the most advanced civilization. We have the top knowledge and all of this. So then why is the planet fucked up?
Yeah.
Why is people homeless? Why do we have polluted oceans and all this shit if you're so motherfucking smart, man?
That's right. Yeah, only a dumb nigga. And the scripture says an unwise king destroyeth his people, man.
That's right.
And Esau, you're deemed, and you have been shown to be an unwise king. You especially starting off with you super elite. You know, you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all will kill your own people, man. You'll kill yourself just to make a point, man. That's how wicked you are. And then you teach your young ones to keep the agenda going after you perish. Here it is, you niggas, your lives are nothing but moments in the world. You know, even that one Rockefeller nigga died at 101 years old. They say he had like a bunch of heart transplants and shit. And I know this shit is real because they put that shit in a TV show called The Strain, man. And the one wealthy dude, man, he done had like 3 or 4 different liver transplants and shit. And they gave that nigga a liver transplant the night that his liver fell, man. Meanwhile, they'll put you on a fucking list, so-called. They claim to put you on a list. You niggas walking around with all kinds of debilitating diseases and shit. And Esau ain't gonna shoot and help you out, man. See, in our kingdom, man, not one Israelite is gonna fail. Not one. Yeah, you're gonna have levels. There's levels to everything. Just like if you're talking about the different levels to wickedness in these organizations that you Edomites have. There's levels in righteousness, man, and in the truth. But again, there's different levels. But guess what? There's certain things that's gonna be a standard. You know, you get a whip, a certain level of trim of a car, everything comes standard. Certain things come standard in all vehicles. But with every Israelite, the standard gonna be you're gonna have perfect health. You're gonna have immortality. Okay, you're gonna have spiritual powers. You're gonna have kingship. Every Israelite man gonna be a king. Every Israelite. But it doesn't mean that like just because every Israelite man gonna be a king, like it's just gonna be like, oh, he's a king. It's nothing. Nah, it's different levels to kingship, lordship.
It's gonna be premium packages.
Level. And that brother hate Joe Osteen for saying that shit. I think he wouldn't give you a prayer for it unless you had a prayer package, man. That was fucked up. But yeah, it's like it is. It is gonna be a premium package, man. You know what I mean? But even with standard with us, for these Edomites, that's gonna be like, in their mind, that's gonna be like a top notch. They're gonna wish that they had what they do wish they had, especially starting with eternal life, man. Because even in that show, The Strain, the Edomite, he wants to be a vampire because he doesn't want to die. He wants eternal life, man. He wants to live forever, but he wants to live forever in wickedness, and that's impossible. You can't live forever and be wicked, man. It don't work that way. The judgment for wickedness is always death.
Always death.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you Edomites, you know, you trying to push this spirit and like you know every goddamn thing, and you are smart. You wiser than the children of light down here, but you still stupid. You a smart stupid nigga because you don't realize that your kingdom is on its way out. Here it is. You trying to push this. You're pushing this agenda, this NWO agenda, as if it's gonna really get off the ground and y'all just gonna live this way forever on some Handmaid's Tale shit. It ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be. Once you put that MOTV out to the world, to the public, for all to get and receive, man, that's ball game. Many people are going to get it, but the elect is not going to get it. And once that happens, guess what? War going to break out because you're already going to have food instability, which that's going to cause riots. That's going to cause fear and panic amongst the people. Then you're going to have pestilence. All right? Then you're going to have a war. Come on, bro. All that shit going to be happening at once.
Yep.
And then your Yahushua is coming back. So ball game. And you're gonna fight, and then your dumbass, man, I told you, smart, stupid nigga, he gonna fight against the Lord, bro. Like this nigga, it's already written.
It's already written.
We just waiting to see that. We just waiting to see that scene.
right.
And just we gonna shake our heads like this nigga is stupid.
We got the blueprint, right?
We got
here.
the blueprint, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be like, yo, bro, this nigga actually try to fight the Lord, and we just gonna look at you like, yo, get him. Like, fuck that nigga, man. He's stupid. You a dumb nigga, man. I'd have never did no stupid shit like that. You know, but I'm thankful that we not Israelites.
That's right.
Edomites, man. Fucking
right.
Edomites. We Israelites. I'm thankful we not Edomites, man.
Absolutely. I got a quick precept.
Bring it out, brother.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 4. In whom the God of this world has blinded.
I'll start at 2.
God. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 2. But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. Start at the top. God. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy.
And that's right. That's you can't count that out, brothers. You can't take this for granted.
That's right.
We got this ministry, we got this word, this truth, and this is the mercy of the Lord, because He could just destroy us all.
That's right.
But because He kept His word unto our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, He said there's going to be a remnant of His people still left. That's why we're still standing here.
That's right.
And so we should always thank the Lord and think upon His mercy, because we have this ministry, bro. Go ahead.
We faint not.
We faint not. So we don't quit, we don't give up, because we realize that the Lord gave us this truth and put us into this truth through His mercy, man. Okay? We keep pushing, because there's an end to all of this shit, bro. And we're at it. Go ahead.
But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
Yeah, we renounce the hidden thing. We renounce the hidden things of dishonesty in this world. What does it say in the NLT?
It says, we reject all shameful deeds and underhanded methods.
And that's right. And we don't get into none of that shit, yo.
None of that.
We stay as far away from that shit as possible, man.
That's right.
Whereas in the world, we might have been given into that dumb shit, thinking that it was a win for us, but in reality, it's a loss. So we get away from that. I mean, the chick, she say she got a dude. I ain't fucking with that bitch, man. I'm good. I'll ask her, are you dealing with somebody? All right, I'm good. And I just keep it pushing. A nigga in the world be like, oh, fuck that. What do you got to do with me? You know?
First question I asked.
Yep.
Married,
Married.
dealing with somebody.
I look at her hand.
Yep, all that.
I was somewhere yesterday getting something, and I looked at this. I seen it from the back. I was like, God damn. But she turned around, and I looked at her hand, and I was like, nope. I just turned my head away, man.
Can't do it.
You know, you'd have thought I was like, trying to, I was like, oh, she naked. Man, I don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's because she's got somebody.
That's the law.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, we reject all shameful deeds and underhanded methods. We don't try to trick anyone or distort the word of the Most High.
Read it again, brother.
We don't try to trick anyone or distort the word of Yahweh.
But the real men of the Lord, we're not going to trick nobody and distort the word of Yahweh Shai for our benefit or anybody else's. We're not going to do that. But you got men that call themselves in the truth that's doing that. But the real men of the Lord are not going to do that. We don't got to trick you. Now, Paul did say, I've used guile. He used guile to, to get brothers to hear and understand. But we don't got to do that. We coming out here with the truth. That's why we say we got 100% truth.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, we tell the truth before Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, and all who are honest know this.
That's right. All who are honest know that we're telling the truth, man.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's the elect.
Yeah, and these other religions, man, they'll paint this nice picture to you and whatever, and then at the end they tell you, all right, now we're gonna tell you the real truth.
Yeah,
now you gotta worship Satan.
Yeah.
It goes the same thing with Masonry, with all these organizations, man. Scientology, Buddhism, all that shit, man.
Yeah.
You see, but we speak the truth from the beginning, man, because we know who we're worshiping, and we know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is above every idol that is out there, man. Because all these idols is what the imaginations of vain imaginations of men, that have tapped into the spirit world through the left hand side, and ultimately, even that is of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the Lord fooled you Edomites and all you Jakes that believe in witchcraft and all these other idols. The Lord is beguiling you, man.
Yeah, it says
for your own destruction.
The Lord said the deceiver and the deceiver are His.
I was just thinking that. Job 12:16.
Yeah, there it is.
That's
right.
the one. I got some more.
Yeah.
Verse 3, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 4. This one is my tablet. it comes back to me.
Because none of these idols are offering you the solution of the problem, man.
Nope.
You know, they're pretty much just saying like, oh, convince everybody to just forget about everything.
Oh, that's a solution for them, but that's a fucked up solution because it
Yeah.
ain't true.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the people Esau Edom, which is running the world, guess what? He has a plan. You know, which is what to put everybody under subjection under him.
That's
through
right.
his beast system, through the MOTB, man.
Right.
And the only one warning us about this is Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Through the apostles and the elders, and the bishop, the elders, and the brothers on down. The real men of the Lord that believe in His truth. We're
right.
telling we're the only ones warning you. Ain't nobody else warning you. I was thinking about that video Apostle Gabar did. I was speaking about earlier. I was trying to remember that book. I thought it was a Tex Mars book. I was still trying to remember it. It's called something. It's the tip of my tongue. I cannot get the name of it. Magic Codex Magica.
Oh, Codex Magic.
Yeah, Codex Magica is what it's called. But he was saying that like how the super elite in their dark societies, they talk down about Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Oh yeah.
They say that anybody that believe in the Bible, the God of the Bible, you're basically a loser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's their pride. You know? But we're winners, buddy.
That's right.
Well, we complete winners,
We're on
bro.
the winning team.
Yeah, we on a winning team, bro. All we gotta do is sit back and watch. We ain't even got we doing what we doing, and after this, we just watching.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't said we gotta get up and go do nothing. Now He gonna give us the strength and the power to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give us that spiritual power, but that's not something that we're going out. I'm just in here for the spiritual power. No, we're doing what's commanded of us, man.
Right,
Hey,
right.
we're the priests on the right hand side. Just like you got priests on the left hand side, guess what? We're the priests, we're the elite on the right hand side.
That's right.
How about that? We're the aristocrats. So that's how we know that the super elite, you watching these videos,
That's
you
right.
know, it ain't just brothers tuning in. You super elite, you got your proxies tuning in, trying to hear something trying to hear a kink in the armor, but you're not gonna get them. Go ahead, brother.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And why are they lost? Job 12:16, we just said, the deceived and the deceiver are Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's why they lost.
Yeah, you lost because you don't got this truth.
That's right.
You don't have the light.
That's
You
right.
think you do. You might be into these other philosophies in the world, but that ain't light. That's darkness. So if our gospel be hid, if this good news be hid, it is hid to them that are what? Blind.
Blind. That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Verse 4, here's the point. In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Yeah, so those that don't believe, that's because you're blinded. And that's why we don't get all razzle-dazzled and excited about it. We just speak about it and we keep it moving.
That's right.
Why? Because we know that it's really not you. It ain't you. It's the fact that it's Yahweh Shem Shai that blinded you, man. And that's for a reason. The scripture says in Romans 11:7, what then have Israel have not attained that which you seek it for, but the elect have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. What is that? The truth. You've been seeking out a truth. Yeah, that's why Jake goes so hard in these different religions, man. Because they really believe that they got the truth. Nigga be in there for 30, 40 years.
And that's something.
And the whole time it's the wrong fucking answer.
That's heavy, right?
But that's because they're looking for something. Edomites don't get down like that, bro. Edomites, they'll feign it. They'll act like they into it, but they really into whatever they into, man.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But Jake, he's a man that's that deep into something like that. You're completely blinded. Or even just to Jake that just don't care. You just all about yourself, all about the pleasures of life. Guess what? You're being deceived because you think that that's the way, and it's not. The only way is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Keep reading.
That's a heavy judgment too. Verse 4 again.
No, 5.
5, you want a 5? Okay. 2 Corinthians 4:5. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushai, the Lord,
Yeah.
and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's
Yeah.
sake.
So what we're doing, this is our service. This is what we're supposed to do. It's like you get up and go to work. We get up and go to work, man. This is our job.
That's right.
So you don't only thank somebody because they did their job. I'm doing my job because I'm a servant. Now there's a reward that comes behind it, but while we're doing it, hey, we're just like Scripture says, say then thou art an unprofitable servant, man, because we were just doing what we were commanded to do.
A reasonable service.
It's our reasonable service. That's right, brother. That was it on that.
That's it on.
This is another precept here in Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Exactly. Break it down, man.
And this is what brought our people down, man. You know, the Lord specifically told us not to worship idols, man. And what did our people do when Moses went up to the mount to receive the commandments? They idol worship, man. You know, and ever since we all throughout all captivities, man, that the Lord put us through, Jake idol worship, and even until this day, you know. And this is why our people are so destroyed. You know, Jake likes to find the easy way out, you know, or how can I make my life better, but not in righteousness. I want to make it so where I enjoy the process, you know, because this is a spiritual battle, man. You know, the Lord brought us into this faith, and it's been an uphill battle. Why? Because we've been trying to battle our own demons.
Yeah.
We've been battling the demons in the world. So it's not like a pleasurable thing, but through the Spirit we see the benefit of it. Like, damn, man, I used to be this type of person. Like, damn, we are ashamed of all the things we used to do in the world, man. And although it was like, you know, hard to let go of certain things and of certain people, man, guess what? Through the Spirit now we understand and thank the Lord for doing it. So, but the people in the world, man, they want to have everything. I want to be part of the world and still be able to smoke and worship God and do. So let me find the religion or the idol that lets me do all this shit.
Yeah.
And that's why the Lord said that the worshiping of idol is not to be named as the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil, man.
Yeah, because you look at like child sacrifice, murder, theft, covetousness, all these different things, they come from these different idol worshippers.
Right.
Prostitution. When we talk about prostitution, I'm talking about that pagan. Well, look at our women. Our women are given into a spirit of a whore. Well, that spirit comes from those idols worshiping, man. Eating the abominable foods, all that shit come from idol worshiping. Eating pig, swine flesh, that came first through idol worship. Before it became homosexuality, ritualistic homosexuality now becomes what you call a recreational homosexuality. See, you Jakes, you're on a low level, you just fucking each other in the ass, you think that you just getting some pleasure from it. But you don't realize that you're committing a wickedness,
right.
idolatry. Because that's how these demons get manifested, through these acts. The
Right.
ritualistic sexual acts. You have a woman, like in this world they call it get gangbang. It'd be one chick and it'd be a whole bunch of niggas in one room just taking turns on this woman. And you think that that's cool, but that shit come from idolatry, man. Where those women were like ritualistic prostitutes, man. Like in Rome, I think it was Rome. If a woman wanted to come into womanhood, she had to have sex with as many people as she could in a temple, man. And that's what gave her, you know, credence to be a real woman. Like in this society, now these idolatrous acts, wicked and idolatrous acts, they become norm to us. Taking your child to get murdered for Molech, now you just take it to you take yourself to the Planned Parenthood and you murder your child in the womb, right? Or you give the child up to the state, and Lord knows what happened to that child. You know what I'm saying? So all of these, can you read that portion again?
So Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Is the beginning and the cause and the ending, right? Yeah. And the ending of all evil. Exactly. Everything that's being done down here, bro, it all stemmed from idolatry at one point in time, and it's still idolatry. They just made idolatry normal. We live in a world where idolatry is normalized, and those different acts have become normalized. All right. It used to be it's still a time. They still do this, but they do the same act, but they do it at a higher level. When they're at that higher level, that's when they really get intact with Satan on the left-hand side. and those different demons on the left-hand side, right? Because that's the only way they can get some type of close into a spirituality is through the left-hand side, because they ain't part of the right.
Right.
But see, like worshiping Yahweh by Shema Shah, we ain't got to do that shit. Hey, the Lord told us to make ourselves what, a living sacrifice, man. We don't got to kill ourselves to be deemed as a holy sacrifice unto Yahweh by Shema Shah. We don't got to commit idolatrous acts to be made whole with Yahweh by Shema Shah. Because the way of idolatry is not the way that the Lord seeks you to be, especially us, the Israelite man. Israelite man, we ain't supposed to do that, man.
That's right.
And that goes from the least to the greatest of us, man. And this is why we out here. We're telling this word to the men first, man. This word to the men, like, yo, you gotta clean your act up. You gotta get your shit together.
That's right.
You gotta turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah, because guess what? We are Yahweh Shema Shah's woman. Can you get? Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I got that. You're speaking of sacrifices.
Go ahead.
I had Romans chapter 12, verses 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
That's right. So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
When we coming out here, we making ourselves a living sacrifice, man, unto Yahweh Shema Shah, holy, which is separate. Even though we in this world, we're not of this world. We in this world, but we're not joined unto this place, man.
That's right.
We're not. We don't have no parts with this place, man, and we don't want no parts with this place. Okay?
That's right. That's right. And that's the standard Yahweh Shai set for us. He was in the world, but he wasn't a part of the world.
Yeah, and he prayed for us
That's
because he knew we was going to be in the world.
That's right.
He said, I pray for them because these are in the world, but they're not of the world, man.
Yeah.
And that word world means the world of Israel.
That's right.
Yeah, we all Israelites, but we're not in that world that 2/3 of our people are in.
That's right. Yep.
Psalms 119 and verse 9, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to that word.
Yeah.
And this word, like, what's that precept that says, for the word of the Heavenly Father is inspired and is used for
I got it.
instruction.
2 Timothy 3:16.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, the word of the Heavenly Father is what cleanses us, man. Because at one point we were following after these idols, man, and our life was, it was nothing but chaos, man.
Yep.
But now coming into this truth, the word of the Lord is what's guiding us, man. And Lord willing, we be part of the elect. We endure to the end. It's gonna guide us into what? To salvation, to eternal life, and to receiving, a kingdom, man, and be part of the building of that kingdom, man, which is gonna be everlasting kingdom in righteousness, man.
Yep. And this is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by the inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
For doctrine, for reproof, for correction in righteousness, man. And these other idols, they don't correct you. They don't guide you in righteousness, man.
Amen.
And I believe the next verse says that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Yeah, and in NLT it says, God uses it to prepare and equip his people to do every good work.
That's right. And these other idols, man, they do the opposite. That's why the Lord said, what? Or follow not after the ways of the heathen, man. Because the heathen nations, what were the heathen nations doing? Well, when we came out of Egypt and we started seeing what they were doing. Worshiping idols, man.
Wicked.
Killing kids, homosexuality, a bunch of wickedness, man. And Jake got caught up in all of that stuff, and what happened? They got destroyed for it, man.
Yeah, just like that's why when you eat abominable foods, these other nations, they can eat that shit all day and nothing happens to them.
That's right.
But Jake eat that shit one time, and next thing you know, you got all kinds of diseases in you and shit, man. You all fucked up. Why? Because we're different than these people. We might look like these people because we got the same, body specifications and shit. But guess what? We're different people. We're different species of man.
That's right.
We're the righteous. We're the sons of the right. We're not the sons of men, and neither are we the wicked. But you got our people acting like both of them. You got the wicked of our people, okay? And you got Jake acting like the sons of men out this motherfucker, bro. You get a little piece of pussy and niggas don't know how to act. Like that nigga Keith Thurman, the boxer, he married an East Indian bitch, and now he's a Buddhist now, man. He got all into that shit. The whole wedding, he had a wedding, and it was all Elamite, man.
Yeah.
He basically did what that woman's father wanted you to do, man. You know, which give her a traditional Elamite wedding, and now you worshiping her gods. And now your career is tanking. You about to fight a woman. You supposed to be about to fight a woman in the boxing ring. But again, like Jake get a piece of pussy and don't know how to act, man. You fall in love with this woman, and then you fall in love with her culture, which her culture is going to lead you to what? Idolatry, man.
That's right.
Because none of them Elamite gods going to save you. So-called gods, because they're not gods, they're idols. None of them shit's going to save you when this thing go down, and neither will they give you the truth.
That's right.
You talk about enlightenment. The scripture says that this is the word is inspired of the Most High and is good for reproof, for doctrine, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness, man. So it equips you on how to do what's really good. Jake think that, oh, I helped this person across the street, or I gave this person a couple of dollars because they was hungry. I did my good deed for the day. That's how them Edomites think, man. Edomites think that they can do all this wickedness and then they'll do something in regards to philanthropy, and call himself a philanthrope, right? Oh yeah, that's what they always say. He was Rockefeller. He's a scion out of Rockefeller family. And he's also their titles are actually philanthropists, man. You got a 20-year-old Rockefeller woman, and she's a daughter, and she's a philanthropist. How, nigga? How is she a philanthropist, man? She ain't even been on earth for 20 years, but she's hey, can you look at the definition for philanthropist? Yeah, philanthropist, man.
Philanthropist definition. That's hard to say.
Here's the definition of philanthropist. A person who seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the generous donation of money to good causes.
Yeah.
And all that shit is bullshit. Esau will give you the lie that he's helping humanity, but what is he doing? He's trying to put you into slavery, pretty much.
And they washing their wicked money. They wash their wicked money through these philanthropic groups, man.
Yeah, through the what do you call them? The non-profit.
Yeah, the the non-profit. What is it? NGLOs or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like Bill Gates. You know, Bill Gates. He says he's bringing cures to diseases in Africa and shit. And come to find out, the motherfucker's just spreading a bunch of diseases out there.
He's killing people on purpose. He haven't said that, man. He actually said that they're killing kids. I did a video on a while back. He said he was killing kids in Africa, man. That's what he said. They don't care. But he's a philanthropist. What's the definition again?
It says a person who seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the generous donation of money to good causes.
So he gave a good cause. We have a cancer party tonight. The wealthy is all going to it. And you got to bring at least 10,000 and put it on the table, which is nothing to them, right? And so they'll toast. We just raised $300 million for the Cancer Association, and everybody's like, oh yay, we did our good deed. And none of that money is going to help anybody that's truly underneath of that shit. Maybe like one person to be a recipient of something, but it ain't going to help, and it damn sure ain't going to cure, because money ain't the cure-all to all things. Right. But these Edomites believe that they done did all this wickedness against the same people they call themselves trying to help. Or what they call Jake that's in the hood, they call them underprivileged kids. Yeah. That's another name for a nigga or a spick or an Indian. Is an underprivileged kid, right? And so they think that by grabbing one of these little niggas up, but wait a minute, your companies and corporations are fucking these kids up. That's right. But now you gave some money back to yourself, and now he did your good deed. That's wickedness, man.
And a tax write-off.
Yeah, that's all that shit. A huge tax write-off. Yeah. Even if they even filing taxes, man.
And there was that old Simpsons episode, which was proved to be true. These devils said the money is not in the cure, the money is in the disease.
It is.
Because they create disease, like what Bill Gates does in Africa. He creates the disease and promises them to create the cure for the disease.
Yeah, the same thing with street drugs, man. Why do people use street drugs? They're depressed, they want to, forget about the shit they're going through, and they go through to the drug dealer. The drug dealer is not giving them a solution. He's giving them what's it called? An addiction. That's what he's giving them. Oh, here, boom. This is gonna help you for a little bit. Yeah. Just keep coming back.
Yeah, it's just like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
He'll patch it up and then you come right back. Now, because that addiction done got you. You went from just feeling depressed. Now you fucked up.
Yeah.
Now you got that shit. Now all you do is feel depression, and you trying to use these drugs to numb yourself the whole way through. Because you got and then you putting demons on you.
Yep.
So a drug dealer's on a corner is no different than a drug dealer in the hospital, man. They're the same type of people, man. They getting you addicted. That's all they do. They get you addicted and hooked on some shit that's ultimately gonna kill you slowly. Because like the brother said, the money is not in the cure, it's in the disease, man. It's in the illness. Because as long as you can manage the illness, you'll get paid. Even though the money system is corrupt and fake anyway. But that's how murderous and maniacal these people are, man. It ain't even real fucking money.
That's right.
It ain't real. Like you've been paying each other for coupons. You niggas killing yourself for coupons, man. IOUs, man. Fiat currency means let it be. It's not even real money. Talismans, man. But that's what they do. That's that talisman, that money, these dollar bills and these different currencies, world currencies are nothing but talismans, especially the dollar bill, man. Because people will do anything to obtain it. They will worship it. It got demons all on it, got sigils all on it. And you think it's all good.
I don't know if you've seen a video of this is Jake, and he got like a bunch of dollar bills rolled up in his wrist or some shit, and he's like, oh, I got dollar bills in my watch because time is money. And he got like a dollar bills right here on his neck, and he said something, and then he has like these glasses, and he has dollar bills rolled up, and he's like, I got money on my glasses because all I see is money. I got money on my hat.
He got a money demon.
Yeah, I was like, yo, and he's like, I got money on my hat because I got money on my mind. And I'm like, yo, fucking Jake, bro. You fucking ridiculous,
man.
bro.
They got demons on them, man.
Look at this from the Merriam-Webster, the definition for philanthropist. It says, one who makes an active effort to promote human welfare. Yeah. And that's nothing but bullshit, man. Yeah. How come all this money that goes into these non-profit organizations, like cancer, how come they never how come the problem is never solved? Yeah. How many millions and millions of dollars so-called have they donated to help kids not be hungry in Africa? And what the fuck is happening in Africa? They're starving. For cure for cancer, for cure for this,
cure for AIDS.
Every time I go to the fucking supermarket, there's a fucking fundraiser for some bullshit.
I hate that.
Oh, you want to help the guys?
Round up all your money.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that shit. How about you guys? I always say it when I'm like with somebody, I'm like, oh, how about this store gives the fucking money to fucking. Why do we gotta give you money?
Yeah, I'm already paying for my fucking food.
Yeah.
And I'm paying taxes. Now I gotta pay for a donation? No, I'm not doing that shit. And it ain't going to them anyway. It ain't going directly to them.
Like, one of my family members, I mean, they're like extended family. They got caught into those telemarketing propagandas of help this kid with only $10 a month.
Yeah, my mom did that shit.
No.
And then the lady got on it, the aunt of one of my cousins, and then she got on it, whatever. They sent her a whole booklet. Oh, look, this is the kid you're helping, or whatever. Then the husband got on it with a different name or whatever. And then they sent them the same package with the same kid, bro.
There you go, man.
And it's like, what the fuck? They bullshitting everybody, bro.
My mom did that shit. She had a picture of some East Indian girl in her house. I was like, who the hell is this? She's like, oh, that's your sister. That ain't my fucking sister. I don't know who the fuck that is. She all East Indian. It's an old ass picture. The family probably be dead.
Yeah,
I don't know who the fuck this person. She ain't never wrote me a letter. Ain't never called me. She ain't never said Dirk, nothing. She just, who the fuck is this, man?
Who is this?
And then niggas you barely got two pennies to rub together, and you over giving handouts, nigga.
Yeah.
You the fucking handout. My grandma said that. My dad, he stole our money, and he took the money to school, and he was handing it out to mom. This nigga's a demon.
What?
He was he was a demon when he was a child. He still got problems today as an adult. But back when he was little, bro, he was bad. Yo, this nigga stole her money, right? He stole my grandma's money, went to school, and he was giving it out. The school called my grandma and was like, hey, did you give George this money because he's just giving all the time money? What? And she's like, what the fuck did you do? Why'd you do that? He said, I was giving money to UNICEF. She said, UNICEF? Nigga, you the UNICEF, nigga. What the fuck is you? How'd you give her? She fucked my dad up. My dad used to catch L's all the time. Because he would just do shit, bro. He would just do shit. And he's grown. He's like 64 years old. And he's still that same way. He just say shit. And I love him. Because he's my dad. It's fucked up, bro. That nigga, he's done, man. It's like, bro, you can't fix nothing like that. Yeah. Yo, but Jake be like that. Jake, you the one need the most help out of all nations, man.
Yeah.
But you worried about other nations? You hopeful for other nations? Like Nate, y'all see that? I don't know if y'all seen that video. Nate, it's a YouTube short. Nigga talking about some. All nations are gonna be with us in the kingdom of heaven. But we're worried about right now. We're worried about the nation of Israel. It's all about the nation of Israel. Like nigga, he said that shit like oh he said we're not a hate group, we're a love group. That's what he said. He said I'm like nigga, you act like them heathens gonna be in the kingdom with their feet up, balling out and chilling and relaxing like us. No, motherfuckers gonna be slaves. They don't want the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Just like we don't want this kingdom, because look at where we at.
That's right.
They don't want the kingdom of heaven, especially
This
the
is their
Edomites.
kingdom.
Yeah, this is their kingdom, man. They want to be able to play tennis and all these leisure activities. You don't see niggas doing this shit.
While
They
the
think
bank
it's gonna be
accounts
like
are
this forever.
growing.
Yeah, while their bank accounts growing,
Yeah.
they getting ready for their children to matriculate to different levels of education and shit. They don't want the kingdom of heaven.
No, they don't.
Because they gonna be there, but they're gonna be fucking slaves, man.
That's
And
right.
they're gonna be getting beat. And they're gonna be getting destroyed.
That's right.
Ain't about no fucking love. We ain't got no love for these heathens, man. They get Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Huh. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30.
Hey, we don't care about
And
you
verse
other nations,
16.
man. Y'all don't care about us. And even if you did care about us, so what?
That's right.
You still going down, man. Go ahead, man.
It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured,
Mm-hmm.
and all thine adversaries,
Adversaries.
I know I was saying it wrong, adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Yeah, so all you nations, man. It says therefore all these nations, y'all devoured us, man.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all gonna be devoured. Who's gonna devour y'all? We are. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All you nations had us in captivity at one point in time. So guess what? Y'all going in captivity. And captivity is not good.
Not at all.
You're not gonna be sitting in the cell for 30, 40 years, bullshitting, doing wickedness behind a wall like you did outside. No. You're gonna be a fucking servant. You're gonna know, all you're gonna know is servitude. You're not gonna know nothing else.
That's right.
All you're gonna know is servitude. You're gonna know hardship. You're gonna know what it is to be without. That's
Like
it.
us.
Just like I said, just like us. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know what is all you're gonna know is I'm not even gonna say you're gonna be second fiddle. You're gonna be nothing. You're gonna be treated as nothing. Just like you treat us as nothing.
It's like you treat us.
But you're less than nothing. See, at least we was nothing. But you're gonna be less than nothing. We gotta make a new word up for that.
That's right.
What the fuck is less than nothing? Nothing. But then you're nothing.
Well, hey, that's what Yahushua said to the prophet Ezra, and I think it was 2nd Ezra 6:56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou art nothing.
Nothing. But that's
But
spittle.
be as spittle.
That's spit. And you don't count spit. Keep reading.
It says, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
So you nations, you spoiled us. Y'all gonna be spoiled. Y'all gonna be taking over, man. So Esau's too, man. He got demons on him.
Yeah, he did. It says, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a
sawing off limbs. I say they should be.
Keep reading. Don't pay attention to that.
For I will restore, Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh. Oh, that's it on that, yeah. Yeah, he be around my neighborhood, sounding off.
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
just like you're doing now. Bugging out, he got demons on him.
Yeah. I just like to make sure he get by us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't bring that shit over here. That's what I said. Don't pay no attention to him. Hey, what was it? Resist the devil, he shall flee, man. I was like, I wanted to keep looking at it. I was like, nope, just look for it. Look for it.
Stop me, yep.
Fuck that nigga, yo. He can talk about
Let's
nothing.
go. Yep.
He absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's gonna be the state of you Edomites. You gonna go from them luxurious living to filthy like that dude. That dude right now, that Edomite right now is in the kingdom of heaven compared to what an Edomite gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. That's luxury. Because you Edomites ain't gonna have the luxury to just walk around and talk to yourself and with the demons on. You're not gonna be able to do that.
And be hefty like that.
Yeah, hell no, bro. You're gonna be on your hands and knees, your bellies. You know what I'm saying? And them demons gonna be plaguing you. But they better not raise themselves up when they're amongst us.
Right.
And if they do, it's okay. We'll beat them demons off you. Like we're gonna beat the dust off you. We're gonna beat them demons off you and put them right back on you, man. Because we're gonna beat you in the shape. That's how serious it's gonna get, man. And y'all nations, you know you don't want that. But it don't matter what you want. It's what Yahweh wants.
That's right.
He said it. We just read it. All they that devour you shall be devoured. Revelation 13 and 9 and 10. All those that devour you shall be devoured. All those that spoiled you, they're going to be spoiled. And every one of them, not some of them, not a piece of them, every one of them shall what? Go into captivity.
That's right.
Every one of them is going into captivity, man. Ain't gonna be no tourist industry in the kingdom of heaven for no fucking heathen. It ain't gonna be no walking around just taking a break on a Sabbath. You gonna rest. You gonna worship that day. You gonna worship the Sabbath, man. Because that's the only day you gonna get the rest, man. And then when they say rest, it mean that you ain't having sex, you ain't cooking nothing. Okay, you're not playing ball. You just resting. You might want to rest and think upon the Lord, and hope that the Lord don't put a harder day on you than He did the day before. Which is gonna be that. It's gonna be worse. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 13, 9 and 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth from the captivity shall go into captivity.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
And that's it. Once you put somebody in captivity, the judgment for that is you're going into captivity. When and where, it's up to Yahweh Shai. But the ultimate judgment is you're going into captivity.
That's right.
Did not the so-called white man and all the rest of you nations put the children of Israel in captivity? Yes, you did. We're living proof.
That's right.
Did not the so-called white man and all the other nations, the Edomites and all these other nations, did they not kill us with the sword? Yes, they did. The judgment of that is you are going to be killed with the sword. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So that's what we're waiting on. We're patiently waiting on that, and that's our faith that y'all going to be paid back for this, man. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, so you troubled us. Your recompense or your payback is that you're going to be troubled.
Right.
And you nations have not been troubled. Moab did all kinds of shit to our people. They ain't never been put into slavery. Yeah? Even when Esau was beating them up and fucking them up and shit, guess what? They ain't put them in slavery. So y'all don't even know what that's like. But y'all gonna get it. Y'all nations are servants anyway. You Moabites and Ammonites, you could tell them niggas are servants, man. Ain't nothing royal about them people, man.
Always squatting. Always, even at my job, man. You can just tell they was built for servitude.
Hell yeah.
All the cleaning jobs they hold. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Anything has to do with cleaning,
They wash pots.
or or washing, whatever.
They're gonna be the wash pots.
They do it.
And they did, and it just so happened that when Mount Seir got into power, he raised them motherfuckers up, man. Now they got you thinking that these Moabites and Ammonites are the smartest people on the earth because they got a culture and they got their family together and they take pride in their family because they're not as torn up as Jake. But guess what? They're going into slavery too. They wouldn't know nothing about tennis if it hadn't been Esau coming over there with that bullshit ass game. Nothing.
Right.
Now these motherfuckers want to act like Edomites. They want to play like Edomites, talk like Edomites, walk and eat and act like Edomites, man. And when you ever hear a Moabite talk, if they ain't grew up around Jake and shit, they talk. They sound like Esau.
Yeah, mimicking.
Yeah, you
Esau.
close your eyes, you would think you was an Edomite standing in front of you. There's a whole slant eye, man.
That's right.
So you nations, you're gonna get it. This chapter's dedicated to talking about what the Lord's gonna do to you when He raises us up, man. Edom, Moab, Ammon, the Philistines. Y'all done.
Done.
You done. Amalek done. Out of here, man.
Through.
See, this, y'all better enjoy what you got. Lamentations 4:21 after you get what you got, man.
God. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, all they that were increased against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught."
That's what you nations are gonna be. It's gonna be like you never existed, especially you nation of Edom. Like out here, you got statues of these Edomites. They got buildings named with these Edomites, parks and shit. Guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, y'all, it's like y'all never existed. Nobody's gonna, just like Jake right now. You'd have never thought that Jake was ruling in the Middle Ages the way you look at our people right now. But in the kingdom of heaven, your name is not going to be remembered at all. It's going to be like you was never a people.
That's right.
Your history, your accolades, all your glory is going to be nothing. It's going to be turned to shit. Just like you are, man. It's going to be turned to shame. Just like you are.
Like the scriptures say, he shall perish like his own dung.
Yeah, they go down the toilet, you don't look it up, you don't like, yo, let me go see my own shit. No. You don't even want to see it. You want to,
Right.
you slam the toilet down, seat down and shit, bro. And flush the shit out the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you won't even touch the toilet, use your foot. Well, that's how you Edomites are going down, man.
Lamentations 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Yep, that's you Edomites.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
What cup is that? The cup of destruction. The cup of anguish. The cup of oppression. It's going to pass unto you. What you thought was going to skip over you? You got these other nations, they think that they next up to rule. You trying to conglomerate and get together and turn into a BRICS nations, like y'all gonna just be ruling it, everything in perpetuity. No. No. No, 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 and no. The next up is the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
Okay? Jeremiah 49:12, go ahead.
Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yeah, what was the punishment of our iniquity, brothers? The slavery, the taking over the Americas, slavery, murder, massacring, the stealing of our land.
You name it, they did it.
Yeah, that was the punishment for our iniquity. Well, guess what? That's been accomplished.
That's right.
Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna have to do slavery again. We ain't never gonna be underneath our enemies ever again. They be like, oh, well, you gonna take us to slavery? What's gonna stop us? You going back to slavery? First of all, we're gonna be gods on the earth, nigga. We're gonna have spiritual powers, nigga.
That's right.
We're gonna be superheroes, nigga. Everybody, every Israelite, especially the elect Israelite man, every Israelite gonna have powers, man. And it ain't gonna be no limits to our power, nigga. How about that? Like Apostle Zahar said, it ain't gonna be no just a Magneto. He just got power over metal. So you use plastic to keep him locked up. Nah, nigga. We're gonna be able to have power over everything. We're gonna have power over the elements, man.
That's right.
So it's nothing that you can create, nothing that you can stop us, man. One Israelite, man, gonna chase 1,000 people, man. 100 people, man. What, and 5 shall chase 10,000? And 100 of you shall chase hundreds of thousands and shit. It ain't gonna take that many, bro. You just see an Israelite man in that day, you gonna get the fuck out the way, man. Because what's coming by, and you don't think you're gonna be able to touch them, because you're not. If you put your hands on one of us, man, it's a wrap. If you ever think about reaching out to touch one of us without our permission, man, it's gonna be a wrap.
That's right.
It's gonna be hell to pay, man. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck you mean? Y'all gonna take us back to slavery? There ain't gonna be no more slavery for us, man. This is it. It's now time for you nations to be punished. Go ahead.
Scriptural facts.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Yep, your sins are being discovered. That's why a lot of the shit that you Edomites have been planning and doing, it's coming out. It's coming right into the light. It's your own people that's bringing it out. And the scripture says that what you shall fall on your own tongue, man.
Just think of it.
Go ahead.
That's right. That was it on that one. Yeah, and some of the stuff that hasn't come out, and the things that are gonna be hidden to the end, man. All those things are gonna come out, and guess what? You're gonna be punished for it. Because Esau has swept everything under the rug. He's hid all the atrocities, all the things he's done, especially against our people, man. He just swept it under the rug, like, fuck it, ain't nobody's gonna fucking tell us anything about this shit, so fuck it, let's just pretend nothing happened, and everybody should love each other, like, you can't hate nobody and shit. Like, nah, man, all that shit is gonna come with a consequence.
Yeah, and then like you got this big ass that we don't know for sure, but hey, man, Esau did that shit on Maui on purpose, man.
Oh yeah.
But see, in the kingdom, we're gonna have full knowledge of all that shit that y'all was doing, man. You gonna pay for that shit, bro.
Definitely.
We don't give a fuck about them Japhites, but guess what? you fucking up the earth, nigga. And you probably use it on us.
That's right. No, I was gonna say, and as you always remind me, there's some Israelites over there.
Yeah, it's Israelites over
You
there,
always-
bro.
That's right. There's
So guess
Israelites
what?
over
You gonna have to pay for that,
You
nigga.
have to pay for that.
You killed some Israelites, man. You put some Israelites to death. The Lord allowed it to happen. But guess what?
Yeah.
You gotta pay for that. That's murder.
Yeah,
Yeah, you murder people, bro.
absolutely.
You gotta go.
I went to a souvenir store and it said you break it, you pay it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you're gonna be responsible for, man. You touch the children of the Lord, you
right.
destroyed his creation, you're gonna pay for all that stuff, man.
Yeah, there was one. I was watching this one video. Japhetic. He looked Japhetic. He had tattoos all over his neck and everything. But in his video, all he was talking about was how people should pray for other people over there. His foundation of his speech was mostly prayer and the Lord and things like that. And I said, oh, he might be an Israelite.
Yeah, but then even still, you praying for them people for nothing.
For nothing.
Because the Lord ain't hearing none of that shit. What he gonna do?
That's
Raise them up out of that fucking them dust pits? No.
That's the other half I was thinking.
Yeah.
You could be praying for nothing. You got all these tattoos
Yeah.
all over your neck.
Through. Like that's gonna help everything. Oh,
Yeah.
just pray for them. And that's easy to do.
That's easy, yeah.
It don't cost you nothing to pray.
and easy to say.
It's easy to say. Yep, easy to say and do. It don't cost you nothing. And then who you praying to? That's when you gotta start asking them questions. Now I want to know who you praying to. Oh, okay. Then you find out you praying to God and Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, your prayer, whatever you asking for, is definitely not getting heard for them.
I listened to him and I said, those are the three strikes.
Yep.
Who are you praying to?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You going off, you know he eating shrimp, crab,
Yeah.
pork, and lobster.
He got tattoos all over his fucking body, bro. He's
I
tried.
tried. I tried to give him.
Hey, Jake be having hope, man. He still,
I
he's
tried
a
to
young
give him some
Padawan. He's still hey, it's still hope for him. Now, ain't no hope for them niggas, man. And the Lord said what? Lift not up a prayer for this people, for I will not hear in that day. Because guess what? When the onslaught happened to Jake, I guarantee you ain't gonna be no outpouring like that.
Hell
Ain't nobody coming to your rescue, nigga.
It ain't happening
And
now.
the scriptures say, where are all thy lovers, man?
Yeah.
They've all forsaken you, man.
Mhm.
Here it is, you Jake, you getting all this money up. You trying to help you trying to imitate the what they call them people, the Aina and the Ohana. You trying to imitate that shit. Hey man, niggas, you can't help a nigga.
And for the record, I've watched a lot of videos on what happened in Maui. For the record, I haven't seen one so-called black man. I've seen a woman. She could be black. She could be a Jafite. She was dark brown. But I haven't seen or heard from one so-called black man.
And I know
I-
Jake's got caught up in that shit because I seen a little picture and they had the people checking into the hotels and shit. And it was Jake couple
Oh, okay.
checking into the. There's niggas over there.
Oh,
Uncles
I know,
over there.
I know it's
It's a
niggas
car.
over there.
It's a
There's
karate
cars over there.
too.
Yeah. Jake is everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
And then you can't forget Ephraim was over there too.
Oh, I
Ephraim
know-
been
I know
over here.
Ephraim over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ephraim been over there. So
Yeah, Ephraim
they ain't
been-
talking about them.
Yeah.
But nobody cares about you, Jakes, man.
Nobody care about
Nobody
us.
gives a fuck about you. They want us to feel sorry for them because now these poachers are taking your houses and your land. I'm saying why you all desperate and shit. Well, that's what Esau does. You know, and the government, the local and the state government is already bought and paid for it. So they don't give a fuck. He got this dude, Josh Green, man. I thought I liked this dude. Then I found out, man, this nigga's, he's nothing but a puppet, man. That's all he is, man. He's just a puppet, man. He's just a puppet, and he's acting like he's caring for you, man. Even when he might act like he care, man. I'm like, I step away, huh? That nigga, he's a weirdo, man.
Hell yeah.
Cause he's like,
Yeah.
he tries to act like he's all transparent and shit, but he ain't really transparent, man. And he fucking a lot of people over, man. And that's what happens. That's why the scripture says, when the righteous bear fruit, the people rejoice. But when the people bear fruit, the people mourn. They mad about them tourists coming over there in Maui and shit. It's mainly Edomite tourists, man. Just say that. We tired of you Edomites. Y'all the ones going to the beach. Niggas barely going to the beach. You see too many niggas on the beach, everybody start moving, getting off. It ain't us over there. We ain't got no money like that. And Jake that do
Oh,
got
it's
money,
expensive
they
as shit.
bullshitting. Yeah. Everybody getting mad about Oprah. Oprah ain't the only one over there. There's a lot of celebrities with property over there, man, that's not giving a fuck. Like Martin Zuckerberg bought a whole bunch of Kauai. You ain't see him reach out for nothing. You know, you want people to reach out into their pockets like and just hand it to you like, bro, you ain't got to do none of that shit. Like Floyd Mayweather, somebody he gonna help 70 families.
Wow.
Nigga, you ain't got to help none of them niggas, man.
Yeah,
Just mind your business, bro.
Mind your business.
They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Nothing.
That's how I look at it. Ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm good. If it ain't a brother, then fuck the people, bro.
Yep.
Because if we ever fall off like that, ain't nobody gonna be there to help us, man.
That's right.
Except Yahweh Shai, which is all we need. But you people ain't gonna make no worry and fuss about Jake. You know what I'm saying? Jake don't, and that's part of being a royal. Is just thinking about yourself, man. When I say yourself, I mean your people. Stay what concerns you, because the problem, I guarantee you, the problem that Jake is facing right now is way greater than what's happening in the Maui right now. Because America's gonna be big Maui. That's right. America's about to be big Maui.
All these Jakes over here need money, need housing. That nigga Floyd, go help them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still wanted Jeremiah 49, 13. This is Jeremiah 49, verse 13. For I have sworn by my 12 times. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall together go
all together. Read it again.
Jeremiah 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And those that were not supposed to drink of that cup was who? The chosen nation, man. So if we, which are the only begotten of the Heavenly Father, his fervent lovers, drank of that cup of destruction, of judgment for disobedience. What, you think you Edomites and you heathen nations are not gonna taste of the wrath of the Lord, man? With all the atrocities, all the wickedness you've committed against Yahweh Hashem and his people, of course you are, man.
One of the brothers said on the comment board, America's gonna get the Maui Wowie special. Hell yeah, gonna get the Maui Wowie special, man.
That's right.
It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
So you shall surely drink of that cup, man. That cup of destruction, the cup of slavery, all that stuff, you're gonna have to go through it, man. Because you didn't just oppress any all nation, man. You oppressed and destroyed the chosen people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The apple of his eye, man. And you did it in wickedness, man. It wasn't like, you took us captives and, you treated us just enough for us to survive in righteousness. Nah, man. You did everything and anything under the sun in wickedness, man, to our people, man.
Yeah, it's the book of Zechariah, chapter 1. Book of Zechariah. Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. But he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
That's right, man. So we the only nation that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has his eyes upon, man. We're the only nation that the Lord, and chiefly, speaking about the elect, man, we're the only ones, Lord willing, will be part of that number, that the Lord is actually caring for, man. The reason why he created the world and he created everything, even you fucking heathens, man, was to give it to Yahweh Shah first and foremost and to his brethren. So what do you think is gonna fucking happen to you heathen nations that continually oppress and destroy us, man?
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 9. For the Lord, Yahweh Shah's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye.
That's right, man. So the Lord, Jacob is the lot of the Lord's inheritance, man. He didn't show out for you heathen nations, man. I'm sure the heathens went through captivities and had troubles and obstacles to go through and shit, but he ain't never show up for you nations, man. He came and showed his power to the world for us, man. And now we're under your hands, and all you've done is destroy our people and continually, like the scriptures say, with that continuous stroke, you especially you Edomites, man, you constantly are putting hell upon our people, man, bringing nothing but death upon our people. First it was physically, and now you put it through the media, through influencers, so that our people could self-destruct themselves, man. So you're gonna pay for all of those things.
And this is Joel chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shai, your God, and none else.
That's right.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
That I am your God. Your God to who? To Israel. That I'm in the midst of Israel, and that I'm your God, man. So he's not gonna come down here to defend nobody but the Israelites, man. Starting off with the elect.
Yeah, he's the God of the Israelites, man.
That's right.
You other nations, you got your gods. They're idols and man-made, but that's what you get. We got the living power, man.
That's right.
Our power is the creator of the universe. Our power is the living power. Our power, only begotten Son was sacrificed on that cross for his people, for our sins, not for you other nations, man.
That's right.
You other nations don't know the Lord. He don't have no relationship with y'all. He gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments. He didn't give them to y'all. Y'all gonna be forced to get them and follow by them in the kingdom of heaven, but they're not for you. The benefit, the ultimate benefit is for the Israelites, man.
That's right.
Because those things benefit life on earth. So you other nations, you're gonna be forced to follow it, and that's how you're gonna get a better situation. Blessing us, man. But if you curse us, you're gonna be cursed.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, if you break the law, you're gonna be held to the same you're gonna have held to the same accountability as we are for the law, man. But see, we're gonna be perfect in the law, like Yahweh Shai was. And we're gonna have perfect bodies. So guess what? We're not gonna break the law. But you other nations, you're gonna do that. And it's gonna be eternal. It's not, the law is never gonna change. I don't give a damn if you go to a whole nother universe on a brother slave ship in another universe. Guess what? You still have to keep them laws and the commandments, man.
That's right.
You can't make nothing up. You ain't gotta read too deep into it and then come up with your own bullshit. No, the law is perfect, man. It was us that wasn't perfect. But now the Lord's gonna make us perfect. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. I had Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 25. It says, pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name, for they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate.
And that's why. And then look at it. Look at our land now. It's fucking disgusting. The heathen is overrunning it. It's desolate. Ain't no natural resources in that. If you look at our land today, it don't look like the land of milk and honey back in the day.
They defiled it.
Yeah, you defiled it. We did it, and now you heathens are doing it, man. So the Lord, we asking the Lord to bring his wrath on these nations, man. We tired of seeing you nations around us, man. We tired of being amongst y'all, man. We would have had an option, just like the Super League had an option to be around you when we want to, man. If we don't want to be around you, we ain't gotta be around you. And that's gonna be the case. The only time we really gonna fuck with you nations like that is when we knocking down the best of your women.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Or if y'all working around us, man, y'all gonna be seen and not heard. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have to live amongst you and have to listen to your opinions about us, man. Your notions and your stereotypes about us, man. And we ain't gonna be your fucking entertainment. Ain't no more dancing and shucking and jiving and catching the ball for you fucking heathens, man. No, you heathens gonna get it, man.
That's right.
You gonna get it, man. I be getting around places, the Moabite Ammonite woman. She always look at Jake like we did something wrong to her. Balling her face up at Jake and shit. Looking at that proud fucking look, man. Look at you. How can you be proud against us, man? But that's the heathen. That's the heathen. That's why I can't stand the heathen, man.
For real.
I don't like none of y'all, man. I don't give a fuck how good y'all look. Some of your women look. Y'all got a use, and that's it. Outside of that, man, get away from me, man.
Amen.
I want to be completely separated from the heathen, man. Get away from me, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't bringing judgment upon you, man. Fuck you, man. Can't stand y'all, man. And the only reason why y'all gonna fuck with Jake and the King because y'all fear. Now you fear the power, which is cool with us. But I'm saying that's the only reason why you down. Because when I'm gonna remember when we was fucked up, and nobody wouldn't fuck with Jake, man. Except if you wanted to exploit us, man. Whether you want to exploit the Israelite man's body or woman's body, you know, or you want to exploit our talents, you know, you want to exalt yourself against us, man. Because you see our people in a disarray. Fuck y'all, man.
That's right. This is in the book of Jeremiah. I'll start at verse 9, point being at 11. It says, for lo, or I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
That's the Russians. The fucking Russians and their allies. They're going to set themselves in array against you. Go ahead.
Or from thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
And them arrows are the nuclear missiles, man. They're not going to return in vain. Once they shot off, it ain't no taking them back. And you ain't going to be able to take them out the air either. They're going directly to their target, man. I think the Kahan had said a while back it gets to up to like 10 meters or some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
The accuracy is like 10 meters or some shit like that.
Fucking crazy.
Yo, man, you done, man. Ain't no way to you escaping some shit like that, bruh.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, save the Lord.
And that's America. America is the modern day Chaldea, man. And all these nations that spoil you, they're gonna be happy. Like, yeah, we got her. But don't celebrate too quick. Not just yet.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, because chiefly this is for Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
It says, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, all ye destroyers of my heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, the heifer at grass, and below as bulls. That's right. So, Babylon the Great, through Babylon the Great, Esau became great, man, through the destruction of our people. So the Lord is gonna send, a destruction upon you, man.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just include destruction for the elite, man. It's gonna be destruction for everybody that lives here, man.
Yeah.
The brother was going into the heathen nations. A lot of you heathen, all of you heathen nations, as a matter of fact, got rich of America, man.
Yeah.
And guess how America was built? Through the destruction of our people, man.
Yep.
So all of you are gonna have a part in the suffering, in the revenge of the Lord, man, that He's gonna bring upon, chiefly here in Babylon, but honestly, the whole world is gonna feed it, man.
Yeah, because America is the great cog in the wheel.
That's
It's
right.
like you got the spokes, which would be the other nations, but that centerpiece, if that shit break, man, if the hub breaks, man, everything else falls apart, man. And America is that hub. America is that great hub, the center of everything, man. So when this place goes, everything else gonna fall right along with it, man. They don't care if you other nations creating digital assets and digital currencies, man. When America falls, that's it, man. It ain't no returning. And y'all didn't count for that. Y'all didn't count on Yahushua coming back and destroying this place, man. Okay, you think that you want to fight against the Lord? You think that you got enough equipment? You're a man. Hey, can you get that precept in Ezekiel? Was it 29:9? Go ahead, brother. Who was reading? Oh, that was it? Yeah, Ezekiel 29:9, I think it is. It might be 8. It says, 28. 28.
God, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 9. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am the Most High?
And the Lord, how is Yahushua going to slay you, man? From nuclear missiles, the chariot fire, okay? Yo, you're not prepared for the world to be having worldwide earthquakes and tsunamis and shit. You ain't prepared for that.
Not at all.
I don't give a fuck what you say, man. You ain't bouncing back from that shit, nigga. All infrastructures in the world being reduced to fucking rubble, man.
Ashes.
America reduced to ashes, bro. That's too big of a problem for you, man.
Right. Well,
You can barely come back when a single event goes.
Yeah, man. Now
Imagine-
you got worldwide events, man. Fuck out of here. Read that again, brother.
it's Ezekiel 28 verse 9. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am the Most High?
Yeah, because that's who's slaying you. Yahweh Shah. Will you say that to him? Oh, we're gods. Because you super elite. You believe you're gods, man. We're the riders of the pale horse. We could kill as many people as we want. We're gonna bring the great calling. Go ahead.
It says, but thou shalt be a man and no power.
Yeah, you're gonna be a man and no God. You are nothing but a man, no God. Isaiah 14, where it says, they shall narrowly look upon him that made is this him that made the earth a wilderness? Go ahead.
It says, "In the hand of him that slayeth thee." What NLT?
Yeah, bring it up.
It says, Ezekiel 28:9. Will you then boast, I am a God to those who kill you? To them you will be no God, but merely a man.
And who are them that's going to kill you? The elect of Israel. Are you going to say that in front of them? Nah, you ain't no God. You're nothing but a man, yo. A weak one at that.
That's right. This Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Or thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, or the worm is spread under thee, and the worm covers thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
And that's not talking about Satan, man. That's talking about you light bearers and you Edomites at the top, man. Okay, your reign was short in comparison to our reign under Yahweh Shai. You heathens reign, your reign is short, man. I can't wait, man, because they ain't gonna be doing that in our kingdom, bro.
Hell no.
Ain't nobody gonna be packed in the car singing Slakia, packed in the car singing and shit, man, throwing Jake off, man. That's not gonna happen, bro. These motherfuckers gonna be shutting the fuck up, man.
Can't even sing.
Read it again. Yeah, she can't, man.
For real.
What's up, man?
Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Because your kingdom is going to go down overnight in 1 hour. In 1 hour, 3,000 by 5,000 miles, square miles, it's going to be reduced to complete fire, brimstone, and rubble, man. That's it. You know how long it took for this place to be established? You Edomites took over 220 years to establish that Bavarian Illuminati bullshit, man. 220, man. And you still doing shit. And in 1 hour, this place been taking it 1 hour, bro? 60 minutes, bro.
Can I read that precept? Go ahead, Pastor Lockett. Revelation 18, verse 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
Yeah, you see all these skyscrapers, these buildings, these billion-dollar industries, man. That shit gonna come to naught in 1 hour, man.
1 hour. Our mind, our physical mind can't even fathom that. All that destruction.
Yeah, but when it happens, brother, we're gonna, Lord, when we brought it to the left, we're gonna witness it, man. From them chariots, man. We're like, damn, bro. We was down here, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna be saying stuff like that, bro. Damn, brother, we was, man, how about Shy, bro? We was fucking down there, bro.
Yeah.
And now look at this place, man.
And we'll have the spiritual eyesight to zoom in and see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See that destruction.
Up close and personal. All the people that hated on us, man, fucked us over, man.
Like, oh, look at so and so.
Yeah. Brother's gonna be like, oh shit.
I used to live there.
That motherfucker.
Ooh, that's my old crib.
Done, man. Quick, bro. Go ahead, brother.
Back in Isaiah 14 and verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
And that's what you got your space station, you got I ain't talking about the fake show that they show on TV for us, but you got all kinds of stuff in the upper atmosphere ready to fight the Lord. You know, you got that space beam that you've been firing shit out, you've been practicing on, shooting shit down, burning shit up.
Yeah.
You know, you got all that shit. But you said, I'm going to be the Most High. You created this MOTB, the chip, so that you could be the Most High. You could have constant surveillance on the people. You know what I mean? Control over the people and the resources. Yeah, what kind of shit is that, man? See, we're going to have total control, but we ain't going to be doing no weird shit like that, man. We ain't got to sit next to them, sit down and listen to a heathen's conversation, bro. Or watch him fucking his wife or some weirdo shit like that. We ain't got to be worried about how many breaths you taking, man. You get what you get from the Lord, and that's it, nigga.
That's right.
That's it. If the Lord wants you to have 30 breaths, guess what? 30 breaths, you back to the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be all up in your shit, man. Like, that's call Allah and Yahweh Shema Shai, because he's not weird like that, man. You know what I'm saying? He even block out your previous lives so you don't remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though the angels are witnessing everything simultaneously 24/7, it ain't weird, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake, you still be moving about your life. But these all want to have surveillance cameras and shit. They want to put a chip in you and try to control where you can go, where you can't go, what you can eat, how much you can eat, how much you can sweat, how much you can, you know, get on your woman and shit. Yeah, man.
Fucking weird.
Man, this nigga, you ain't no fucking guy. Go ahead, bro.
It says, I will sit also upon the mountain of congregation in the side of the congregation in the side of the north, or I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
And that's what you saying. You saying that you're gonna be like the Most High.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit.
You're gonna be, and hell is this earth, man. And the sides of the pit, you're gonna be brought down. Go ahead.
Or they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Yeah, the
that
Israelites-
did shake kingdoms?
You like this nigga right here? You gonna see Jacob Rothschild hovering in the corner of them, one of them pits, shaking and shit, looking like Gollum, you know? This the guy, man. This nigga. What? It's just like Dorothy and the Oz, man. When in the Wizard of Oz, they pulled the curtain back and they seen who the wizard was. Like, what the fuck? This fat old dude, man. You know who the fuck this dude? Yeah, he's pulling strings and buttons and shit. And the whole time, man, motherfuckers really dying and shit, scared. People were worshiping this guy, man. Couldn't find out he was an Edomite, an old Edomite. Go ahead.
Well, verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof,
Yep.
that opened not the houses of his prisoners.
Yep. And one of the brothers said, that's like, they said in 1 hour the place is going to be destroyed. He said that's like 100 cities in 1 minute being destroyed.
Hell yeah.
100 cities every minute being destroyed. Hey, can you type in Google how many cities are in America?
Wow.
Because you got big cities and small cities too.
Big nations, small nations. How many cities?
Are in America.
19,000.
God damn.
And the 50 states make up
Yep.
up the United States of America. There are over 19,000
Yeah.
incorporated cities.
That's what it says. How many cities do we have in America? There it is, over 19,000.
Over 19,000, man.
And what did the brother say?
He said
How many a minute?
100 cities every minute.
100 cities divided
It
by
is
19,000.
100. Well,
19.
19. How many? Well, I think it's like 19,000.
Divided by 100.
Divided by 60
60.
minutes.
Yeah, divided by 60.
That's like 317.
317. How much? Yep, 317 cities a minute gonna be destroyed, man.
Blasted, bro.
In 60 minutes, man.
That
That's
means
crazy.
you ain't even, the average person, Lord willing, we have spiritual powers, you won't even see Yahweh Shai. That's how fast he'll be moving.
No, you gonna see. Everybody gonna see.
I mean
everybody
when
gonna
he
see
starts destroying.
well, the missiles are gonna hit.
Okay.
They're gonna see Yahweh Shai coming,
Yeah.
but then the missiles are gonna hit, and that's it.
But what about when he starts destroying?
Well, he already gonna be destroying them armies in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
right.
gonna be destroying the armies in the Middle East. But here, America, the missiles and the chariot fire gonna do the work, man. Right? Yahweh Shai ain't gonna lift up the sword and do nothing.
That's a hell of destruction.
So 317 cities per minute are going to be destroyed when Babylon the Great is taken down. That's ain't no escaping that.
Where you gonna go?
He can't go nowhere.
Where you gonna go?
Back to the spirit world, man.
That's right.
Transition, man.
Yeah,
That's cold, man. That's something to fear, man.
that's hot.
You can't go. You can't even leave a city, certain cities within 30 minutes, man. It takes 15 minutes just to, and that's talking about on a clear day of road travel, man. Now you got all these people trying to escape out. You ain't going nowhere, man. It's gonna be traffic jams just like it was on Maui,
Yep,
on Front
just
Street,
like it was on Front Street.
just like it was on Front Street. And motherfuckers had to get out their car. You ain't gonna run into no water because they ain't gonna help you, man. You can run in the water all you want, man. You in the middle of a fucking nuclear disaster, man. You done.
Yep, that's why we say that was a small example of what happened on
America's
Maui, of what America's gonna be like.
And even that's a shitty example because it was still houses left.
yeah.
It was still houses that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
untouched.
yeah.
No, all America's gonna be touched,
All,
man.
that's right.
Ain't gonna be nothing. Everything
right.
underground. You got people that got underground bunkers in America. Nigga, that's your coffin. That's all that shit. That's your coffin. Everything's gonna be shaking. Earthquakes happen, bro. Shit start moving and shit like that, man. Shit start falling on you and shit, bro. You done. You gonna wish that the mountains fell on you when them nuclear missiles are falling upon you, man.
Scripture say.
You gonna wish.
That's right. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one of in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch.
Because when the nations stand back up after 1,000 years, when they brought back into their vigor, they're not gonna be powerful. But when they brought back to life, you Edomites, you're not gonna have a home. You're not gonna be brought back to life.
That's right.
Don't even look. You start seeing them, these other nations exit their captivity and going back to their lands. Esau I don't know where the fuck you going. Don't even get up out. You ain't getting up out of that pit. Who the fuck told you to get out the pit? You getting burnt the fuck up, man.
That's right.
And we got something special for you, man. You're gonna be eradicated. Since you try to eradicate us off the earth, guess what? You're gonna be eradicated, man. You have no place in the kingdom of heaven after it's established, man.
That's right.
You're just gonna be destroyed. We not even want you as servants, man.
Hell,
Fuck out of here, yo. No, man.
Can't trust him.
He gonna do nothing but wickedness, man.
right.
Like Job said, he didn't even trust him around his dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know, we feel the same way.
We don't even trust you around the heathens.
For real, man. You're gonna corrupt them. They already
for real.
corrupt them.
Yeah,
You're gonna corrupt them.
That's right.
You know?
It says, oh, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant, and as the raiment of those that are slain, rust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot.
Yeah, as a carcass trodden underfoot, walked on, stepped on, man.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial.
Yeah, you're not gonna be joined. What did it say? Hold on, in the NLT.
Ooh, the NLT is fire.
Yeah, Pastor Hart said, man, we gotta start using that NLT.
Yeah, that NLT is
It's cold, man. What he said about Edom in Isaiah chapter 14, man, it said that all his children are gonna be killed, man.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Oh, read it.
This is what it says. But you will be about Esau Edom, but you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch.
Yeah, you're gonna be thrown out of your grave. You're not going back to the land of Edom.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want that. You wanted the whole world. Now we gonna get it, and it's gonna be beautified.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them mountains gonna get knocked the fuck down, if not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be rolling hills, man. It's gonna be rolling hills, rivers and stuff. Judah gonna be living nice over there, man. While you was living there, it was nothing.
Right.
So you're not even getting no land. There ain't gonna be no more land in Edom. Go ahead.
It says like a corpse trampled underfoot, you will be dumped into a mass grave with those.
Oh shit! The water's cold, man.
It's like a
Hey,
Stephen.
that King James is covering that up, bro.
Yeah.
That King James is covering that up. Read that again, man.
It says,
Oh shit! Damn.
It says, but you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch, like a corpse trampled underfoot. You will be dumped into a mass grave with those killed in battle. You will descend to the pit.
Yeah, it is. So
horrible.
yeah, that's gonna be when you thrown in captivity, man. When you thrown into slavery, them dead bodies from the battle gonna be down there with you, and you going down there, man. And you better not eat nothing. You know, there's gonna be disease all in there. Ugh. I don't know where the fuck the Edomites gonna work, bro.
That's what he gonna eat.
Yeah, you're not working, and they're gonna get put to death because you can't eat people, bro. The fuck? Nasty motherfucker, man. You so hungry, man. You eating people?
Wow.
I fed you enough, nigga. I gave you the bare essential minerals and vitamins to survive.
That's right.
That wasn't enough for you? Ain't no more steak tartare, man. Ain't gonna be no more escargot, man. Ain't gonna be no more champagne. Ain't gonna be none of that shit, bro. All that shit you used to eating, hey, you can throw that away because you ain't never getting it again, bro. You Edomites won't even know what a good day is, man. You won't know what nothing good tastes like, man. Okay, you're not gonna know. No. Yes, we gonna ooh, man. I hate to be an Edomite.
Hell yeah.
I would hate to be a fucking Edomite, bro. Shit.
Verse
Bro.
20 and 21 is worse.
Read it, brother. Read it. Bring it out.
Verse 20 NLT, Isaiah 14. You will not be given a proper burial, for you have destroyed your nation and slaughtered your people, the descendants of such
That's what. Read that again. Read that again.
It says you will not
Call
be,
it and read it.
Ezekiel 14, Isaiah 14 verse 20, you will not be given a proper burial, for you have destroyed your nation and slaughtered your people.
So Esau, you killed your own people, and you killed your own nation. You slaughtered your own nation and killed your own people, man.
Yep.
So what make you think we're gonna do anything for you, man?
That's right.
And you getting nothing but help. You read it.
The descendants of such an evil person will never again receive honor.
Yeah, because see, you got honor in this world, but the world to come, you're not gonna get no more honor, man. Your honor is gonna be done away with, man.
That's right. And here's 21, Isaiah 14. Kill this man's children! Exclamation point.
Do it.
Let them die because of their father's sins. They must not rise.
Hey, Joe Biden said, I'll be damned if I have to pay for the sins of my father. I'm worried about the sins that I'm doing now. You ain't even worried about that, nigga. Talking about you be damned if you got to pay for what your father did. Ecclesiastes 41:7. Right?
It says they must not rise and conquer the earth.
Yeah, you're not going to rise and conquer the earth, so we got to put you down. Hey, I got to take him off of here, man.
Got him.
I got to take him off of here, man.
That
Hey, just let me get mine first, man. Then y'all can do what y'all want to do, man.
That was cold.
I got to take him off of here, man.
Yeah.
He was intent on killing little boy, man. In that movie, Sonny Carson.
Is that what that was, Sonny Carson?
The education of Sonny Carson.
The education of Sonny Carson.
Yeah, man. It was the Hawks against the Lords, man.
Yeah.
The Hawks. That's spiritual too, man. The Hawks against the Lords, man. Well, it's the Eagles against the Lords, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says they must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with their cities.
These 19,000 cities, all the world took note of America, man, and they created their cities just behind you like that, man. So you're not allowed to be conquer the earth no more and fill the world with cities and shit, man. First of all, this ain't even how the world's supposed to be, man. Cities supposed to be few and far in between, man. It's an agrarian society, man. All of that kind of stuff, man. It's supposed to be land, cattle, and stuff like that. Homes supposed to be three floors high, man, with a like a gate on the top of the ceiling. I'm not something on top of the roof, man. Ain't supposed to be this shit that you see. I would never want to live that high, man. Hell no, man. That shit ain't right.
Yeah, I did a lesson on this, on how this all looks just like the Caucasus Mountains.
Yep.
Like holes, like I call my crib jokingly. Sometimes I'll be serious, depending on my mood. I'm going back to my hole in the wall.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's a hole in the rock. That's all the fuck it is, man. I don't give a damn if it's a luxurious hole or a shitty hole. It's just a hole, man.
Studio, condo,
Yeah, you just living in a hole, man, with
That's
smaller holes in there and call them rooms and shit.
I never thought of that.
It's the truth.
That's the truth.
Look at if you ever look at Petra, man, go to look at Mount Seir, man. It looked just like that, bro.
That's right. That's
Them
what
big
I
ass
did,
mountains with those black holes all in it.
Yeah.
This nigga done dug holes in the wall and then he lives in there, man.
Motherfucker put stairs and shit.
And you know it looked like shit up and smelled like shit in there.
What?
Ain't no proper ventilation. It was terrible. Them motherfuckers living like animal beasts, man. Beasts, man.
Ooh, man. Yeah, that was bad. Like an animal. But he is a fucking animal.
He is, man. He's the lowest of the low. Go ahead, bro.
That was it on that.
It's Ecclesiasticus 41 and verse 7. It says, the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Hey, break it down, Ariel.
Which one is that? Ecclesiasticus
41 and 7.
41 and verse 7.
It says, the children will
Hold on, brother. Read it now.
the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
And that's what Esau is. He's an ungodly father. He's anti-Yahweh Bashem Hashai. Everything Yahweh Bashem Hashai, his laws, statutes, and commandments are for, Esau is against it. See, because they shall be reproached for his sake.
And the children are going to complain about
right.
that because they had an ungodly father, and now they got to bear the brunt of what their fathers did, their forefathers did. Wait a minute, you are your forefathers.
That's right.
So the proper breakdown for that one is the children going to complain of an ungodly father when they reproach for his sake. I was trying to see if I can find it in the Good News translation.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Good News translation for the Apocrypha.
Yeah, the Apocrypha GNT, that was Sirach 41 and 7, right, brothers?
Khan. Yeah, Sirach 41 verse 7.
Yeah, this is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 41 verse 7 in the GNT. In the GNT, and it says this. Yep, it says, the children will put the blame for their disgrace on their ungodly parents. And that's what these Edomites do. That's what Joe Biden said in the 70s. That's what these average Edomites do. Oh, that wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
That was my foreparents. I never had any slaves.
Yeah.
I always liked black, Mexican, Latino friends. Some of my best friends are African American. Nah, nigga. It says the children will put the blame on their disgrace on their ungodly parents. You are doomed. You're incredulous people who have abandoned the law of the Most High power. When you have children, disaster will strike them. You will be left with nothing but sorrow. There will be great joy whenever you stumble. And even after your death, you will be cursed, man.
They just don't remember the former thing.
Yeah, because they're not given to you.
That's right.
But you are your forefathers. And just like that happened to us, now it's going to happen to you. Hey, I'll end it off with Deuteronomy 30, was it 30 and 7?
Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7, it says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
And that's right, man. And that's all you nations. So to be cursed even after death, man, that's a curse.
That's right.
But guess what? We had to suffer that curse. Okay, now these curses are going to be levied upon you Edomites and the rest of you nations. And so with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders at Great Millstone for teaching the word and truth and sincerity and to ruling well. Salutations to our fellow Ak, keep pushing, keep striving. We're almost out of here. Hey, Shalom. We're rolling the next Shalom.
Lord willing. Oh, I forgot we came out here early.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this might be great.
Yeah. It's only 4, so I think we was out there for like